Okay, so it's Sunday afternoon, and Esme and I have been working on a project all week that Emma got us inspired to start, and now my Elizabeth is helping me today. So at the beginning of the month, this was pretty much full to the top, and I had all the recipes that I normally use printed out here in no organized fashion, and so that is really unrealistic if you want to make a certain thing to spend 20 minutes digging through your pile. So I have this really cute tin. I have a couple of these from Amazon. I can link them below, and then these little dividers that divide up the different categories. And then I bought these, where are they? Oh, recipe card protectors, so that when you have this out on the counter and you're splashing your ingredients everywhere, they don't get messed up. So I think I'm gonna have one for meals and then another one for different things like desserts and side dishes and things like that. So we're gonna slowly work through these. I've been making Emma an extra set of the ones that I know she would need or want to have. So that will be really, really good. I know that most of these are on the internet. Like I could just pull these up and look at them, but I like to have a tangible recipe in my hand than looking on my phone. So that is our project today. Another thing that I'm going to be working on this week, it is the end of June, and so our upcoming July grocery haul is going to be coming up, and in light of just inflation, and I also follow some channels that are more prepper minded. I don't know if I'd call myself a prepper, I just like to have a stockpile, but I've been working on an inventory sheet on the computer that I'm gonna try to update each month. So something that my friend Jennifer and I have been talking through is we've been stockpiling all this food, but there's no like, what's the word? Documentation of what we have and what we need. And so just visually I would fill things in, but then I would use the stockpile down, and then when it got to be low, like pasta, I would probably only buy every 6 months. So on the 5th month, we were really low on pasta. So I think what we're gonna do in July is create a stockpile based on the numbers of inventory we feel like we need. And then every month, I'll use that inventory sheet to fill in the stockpile so that the stockpile always stays the same. So we'll be using the stockpile, but filling in the gaps of what we've consumed that month. If you do anything similar to this or have a suggestion, I would love to hear how you manage your stockpile or your pantry inventory. I don't need to recreate the wheel, so if you've got a great idea, I would love to hear it in the comments. How's that working out for you, honey?
It's not. I don't think these things are supposed to be cleaned.
You think they're supposed to always be dirty?
Yeah, it is. Kind of like my grill outside. They're always, you just kind of wipe the grease around and call it good. I got all the chunkies off.
He got the chunkies off. So he did clean the inside of my oven really well. I'll show you. It ended up coming out almost perfect. And this KitchenAid oven that I have is a really pretty blue inside. There's one little spot there, but overall, looks good. So I started cleaning my kitchen, and then he was cleaning the oven, so those oven racks were out everywhere. And then I just went outside. It is 5 o'clock to prune down my zucchini plant. We have a bug problem on it, but it's starting to finally pollinate and produce fruit. So I've been watching other YouTube videos and trying to figure out how to help it. So I was just out there and I harvested our chard for the first time. I've never bought this at the store or cooked a salad with it. Made a salad with this before. It's kind of limp. I don't know, maybe we waited too long, but when I cut, this one looks bad. When I cut it back, it had a lot of new growth underneath it. So I'm gonna research a recipe for us to use this up. And then 2 of our sunflowers were starting to wilt, so you can see the seeds in there. Ooh, it's a little garden friend coming in. There's a spider here, honey, if you can come get it. So we're gonna let these dry out and then get the sunflower seeds from here. Outside of the little tomatoes that I showed in our last video, or the video before, for our Cobb salad, that is all that we have actually harvested from our garden outside of herbs. So it's kind of discouraging. It's just so hot, nothing is really growing, and then we've had a hard time with pollination, and a lot of the flowers that I planted from seed have not taken. So when I go at the end of this week for my July haul, I'm definitely gonna buy a few 6-packs of flowers to plant around the garden to draw the bees in to help pollinate. My tomatillo plants look great. They're huge and they have a lot of buds on them, but none of the buds have turned into the fruit. So I don't know what's going on with that. My seed starters that I started again a few weeks ago, or maybe just a week ago, I don't know. A lot of them need to be moved to a bigger container. So I'm encouraged by that. It's more peppers. We have 2 pepper plants out there that have not grown and have not produced anything. We had 1 jalapeno plant that produced 1 small jalapeno and nothing else. So I don't know what we're doing wrong. I did just fertilize, and I'm gonna fertilize again on like every 10 days. But anyway, so we are gonna make Pioneer Woman's beef and snow peas tonight. And I have been thawing some skirt steak that we bought at Sam's a few months ago that I took out of the freezer. So we're gonna get that cut up and start this recipe. I did already put our rice in the Instapot, and I always do just the basmati rice. And this time I did 5 cups rice to 6 cups water, and then just hit the rice function. So once the pressure builds, it will take 12 minutes to cook through. So we're gonna start. So I've got my husband here cutting, and he's gonna do the cooking. I'm just gonna talk him through it. Like I just shared, I don't like to use the recipe on my phone, but I don't have this one written out. So did we measure how much that was?
How much?
Do you think it's more than 1.5 pounds?
I do, but we can measure.
I just watched a YouTube video on how to cook chard, and so we're gonna cook that too and have that on the side. So we'll let you know what we think. So this says 1.5 pounds, and he said we had 1.7 pounds of flank steak. We are using skirt steak. Is there a difference? I don't know. That's what we're using. Sliced against the grain. Here, so he already did that. So now we're gonna mix up the marinade, and we need 1/2 cup of soy sauce and sherry, cooking sherry. We'll go on an adventure to find that in the pantry. How much soy sauce is in there?
3/4 of a bottle.
All right, this is kind of I need to come in here and organize this prior to my big shop. Cooking sherry is white. Oh, here it is. I'll definitely be getting another one of those. That is something that I like to always have one extra, and then the one that I'm currently using. Sweet Evan just waiting. Okay, let's see. I got it. Soy sauce, half a cup of soy sauce. So maybe add just a little bit more since we have a tiny bit. I think you're mixing this separate. Let me see. Okay, half a cup of soy sauce, 3 tablespoons of cooking sherry. My mom has a recipe. What's the recipe that Jennifer always makes?
Chicken and sherry.
Oh, think of the name. Chicken and sherry sauce.
You said 3?
3 tablespoons. That is really, really good. It's like a cream sauce that has little pieces of chicken in it, and you serve it over rice. It's really fancy. Okay. 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. This is good stuff, y'all. Everett just said, yeah. I buy this instead of fresh ginger. I get this at Aldi, and it's usually above the spices. You need to refrigerate it once you open it. 1 tablespoon of this. And then we need cornstarch. 2 tablespoons of cornstarch.
You don't have too much on better.
So we're gonna chop the chard into chunks, and then we're gonna put it in some water in a bowl and just kind of mix it around. The spider that came out of this sunflower is now climbing on the phone. It's a teeny tiny baby one, but still a spider. And then we're gonna use that to rinse it off, and we're gonna switch out the water 1 or 2 times. Can you see that? Can you see him crawling? I'm not making this up. Look, he's on the camera. Woo! Okay. Kitchen candle. Okay, we're going to move this away from the cabinet without it spraying you. I actually need to come this way because the countertop is deeper. So we're going to release this. This L here means, I don't know what it means, but it means that like what the L stands for. But it means it's done cooking and it's been past the cook time for 4 minutes. Last night my mom took my girls, just Lizzie and Esme, out to run errands, and they started craving angel food cake with strawberries, which I can't have because it has gluten in it. But here's the pretty cake that Esme made. So once we get the chard going, we will chop up some strawberries, and then I'm gonna mash them and add some sugar, and then we will get extra fancy and make some homemade whipped cream. I can add the strawberries and whipped cream. I wonder if I have anything glutinous I can put that on. What would that be good on? Gluten-free, not glutinous. Maybe a brownie, a gluten-free brownie. Would that taste good with strawberries and whipped cream? No?
You can use chocolate and strawberry.
Let's go see. This is kind of my gluten-free area. I've got this grain-free brownie mix, chocolate cake. Okay, let's read the ingredients. 3 eggs, coconut oil, and brownie mix. I don't know how I'm gonna go through with that, but I just rinsed the strawberries. I'm just gonna kind of cut them in half because I'm going to mash them up. He did not want to close out the video with me because he had been working outside.
Yeah.
But I told him y'all wouldn't care, right?
Yeah.
And then my daughter Esme said, so they can smell you, Dad. We funny over here. Okay. So in other news, this was not filmed today.
You want me in the video or on the side of the video?
Oh, sorry. I'm just holding my iPhone. When did I make that sourdough? 2 days ago, maybe? 3 days ago? A couple days?
Yeah, it's been a couple days.
In my last video at the very end, I talked about how I was a failure at sourdough starters and sourdough bread, and shared the amount of time, resources, and energy, emotional energy, and flour that I gave to my failed sourdough. But magically, one worked. And so all other discards have been thrown away except the one magical starter. And we had one sourdough bread that will show you that looked good and tasted good. I even tasted it myself because I wanted. Yes, and I took a piece to Evie, like a little piece, like a bite. What? Because I'd worked so hard and I wanted to taste like how sour it was, and it was so good. And so Brian has eaten it probably a little bit every day with some
it's really good.
jelly and
toast it, put a little butter and honey on it.
So
it's better than
be encouraged. I have absolutely no idea how I did it. So recreating it, now it's like the little thing dangled in front of me, like, oh, I actually can do this. But moment of truth. From a aesthetic point of view, it
really looks good. It feels good too. It's not like
light and airy. And when you like poke it, it seems like it has potential.
You hear that crunch? Yeah.
I may have to taste a piece even though it's glutinous.
You were just like down for a day because of gluten. You don't want-
I know, but
Look at that. Isn't that pretty?
I want to taste a piece that's not like the crusty edge. Let me come on.
Better knife here.
Just not sharp.
I don't know.
Okay, you taste it first.
Oh, wow.
Hold on, you're kind of at a weird angle.
It's soft.
So we had a nice Sunday. Did you have a nice Sunday?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. So we have a busy week ahead of us. So we're gonna try to rest up tonight for that. Our Evelyn comes home tomorrow. She was in Houston for the weekend. Evan has a doctor's appointment. Then we kind of have something every day. We do have a fun upcoming video happening on Tuesday because we are doing a live stream with Willow Ridge Acres on Tuesday night at 7:30, and we can put the link to that video. It's going to be through their channel. So if you regularly watch our video, we would love to chat with you live, and we've never done that before, so it's a little bit,
It'll be interesting.
yeah, we just don't know what to expect.
Yeah.
But if you regularly watch or you're new here, we would love to chat with you on Tuesday night. So, you have anything else? We're gonna go try to get some rest. All right, friends, we'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Bye.